Hello, this training is going to show you how to create a form in Kajabi specifically for your lead magnet. To get to the forms in Kajabi, you need to go under the marketing tab and go all the way down to forms. Now, if you're brand new to Kajabi, you'll only have the default form in your account. You can use that one for the lead magnet, but I recommend just creating a new one from scratch. So as you can see, I've already got one created here, but I'm going to show you how to do it here. You're going to just select new form, type in your title. Oh, if I could spell, that would help. And then you'll hit save. And then it's going to bring up this whole list of things for you to go through. And I'm going to walk you through each step so it's not so overwhelming. So we got the internal title already. Next are your opt-in settings. Are you going to do a double opt-in or a single opt-in? Double opt-in is recommended for GDPR compliance, but you can also give them a checkbox option without double opt-in. It's up to you. If you select double opt-in, they have to confirm via an email that they will get before they even get your email sequence that you set up already with the lead magnet. So it's up to you whether you want to use double opt-in or single opt-in. If you use single opt-in, you'll see some of these options go away, such as sending them to a custom confirmation page and redirecting them to that page, or sending them a custom confirmation email. If you do the single opt-in, that stuff goes away because they don't have to confirm their email from another email that Kajabi will automatically send them. But we do recommend turning on reCAPTCHA if you do that. And again, you can also create a form field with a checkbox that says, I agree to receive emails from this company, and understand that I can unsubscribe at any time. Something like that is what you'll want to do. So if you do single opt-in, that's the option. If you do double opt-in, you can, create your own custom email. If not, it'll look something like this, confirm your subscription, yada, yada. Or you can just do that. And then if you have a special confirmation page for these people specifically, you can do that, or it'll just send them to a default confirmation page. So the standard fields that you'll need for a lead magnet form are their name and their email. I do recommend changing name to first name. That way, because you don't usually need people's last names, at least until they become a customer, this field does need to be required. And then that way when people see it, they're not totally turned off by having to give their full name. And usually first name's a great option for that. And an email. If you need to add a form field, you just select that. There'll be a drop-down menu of some basic ones that Kajabi already has, or you can create a new field. So for example, if you wanted to create that checkbox that I was talking about, you can do that. You can make it required. And then the title, you would actually have to type out the whole thing that you want to say, like, I understand to receive emails, yada, yada. But you can also get, you can collect any other type of text information, phone number, email. If you want to do radio buttons, you can give them different choices of things to select. But for a basic opt-in, again, first name and email are really all you need. And if you want to include that checkbox, especially if you're not doing double opt-in, I recommend doing that and making it required. All right, we'll come back down to automations in a little bit. I wanted to show you these options as well after submission. You can send a notification to your team. If you click the checkbox, you'll have to type in your email address and hit enter or tab for it to actually submit that that's what you want. And then I recommend hitting save right away. Anytime you make a change to any of these pages, hit save. So you could do that. If you have any integrations of third-party email providers set up with your Kajabi account, you could send this contact to a third-party email provider if you're not using Kajabi for your email sequences or something like that. And then you can also send the contact to a custom thank you page, which if you've watched some of the other trainings, this is the one where you'll want to send them to your confirmation and tripwire page that you created, and you would go down and select it from the menu here. And then, of course, hit save after you make all those. All right, and then here are a few automations that I suggest that you create for your lead magnet. I always suggest the first one is when the form is submitted that you add a tag. Again, you don't have to do this. I like having the tag. So if I were to go to someone's account or, their contact later, I can go in and see all their tags and be like, oh, they're a customer for this, but they also subscribe to this lead magnet. And I can go in and see was that the reason why? So if I wanted to add a tag, starting from scratch, I could do, do lead, and then I could put the lead magnet name or something like that. You can create it right there and hit save. Another thing you'll want to do is the email sequence that you created earlier. You'll want to subscribe them to that email sequence. So subscribe to an email sequence. And then again, we created that test one in another video. So as soon as they submit this form, they're going to receive that day 0 email. So if it's not set for day 0 and you have it accidentally set for day 1, you'll want to go back and fix that, because otherwise they're not going to get that email for another 24 hours and they'll be very confused and maybe contacting you. These are the 2 primary automations that I recommend for lead magnets. There are a bunch of other automations that you can do, but a lot of them don't pertain to lead magnets unless you have a particular event of some kind. But other than that, most of these don't pertain, and you don't need to worry about advanced automations usually for lead magnets, at least for simple ones. So that is the simple way to set up a form in Kajabi. Once they have submitted the form, you can see your submissions all here in the form, and you can also embed, not sure if you saw that. You can see all the submissions here. You'll be able to see them all here. And you can also embed this form anywhere. So like you can create, a new name for it, new text, and it'll populate here so you can see it. And if your website is not on Kajabi, you can copy this and put it on your website. There's not a whole lot you can do with styling. You can make it a pop-up or you can make it inline, but that's an option if you don't want to have to use Zapier to connect like maybe your WordPress website and your Kajabi email list or something like that. So you could always embed it using the styling here. So a quick option if you want to do that. But if you're using Kajabi, you don't have to worry about that. And I'll be teaching you how to create the page that this form will go on in another video.